Hi, everyone. I think we should get started. Welcome to this training session on designing and implementing Microsoft 365 services. We are with Anas Ijaz. Anas is a IT instructor, a networking genius, a resident networking genius, and an IT help desk guru. He he has hands-on experience of doing this, not just for QuickStart, but for other companies as well. And he's going to walk us through what it takes to design and implement Microsoft 365 services. So, Anas, off to you.
Thank you, Atisham. Thank you so much for the lovely description. Guys, again, myself, Anas Ijaz, and we'll be discussing for about 40 to 50 or maybe an hour long session about on Microsoft 365 design and implementation. Atisham, you hear me properly, right?
Yep, yep.
All right, perfect, perfect. All right, so let's go to another slide. Oh, it's my introduction. So I've done my master's in the networks, and you know, I've got some experience on VMware side, on AWS and Azure. I would say it's kind of a beginner. And Office 365. I've been doing this for like 2 years. Whenever when Office 365 launched their services, we acquired that, and we got some licenses, and from last 2 years we've been doing on Office 365. First, we had our collaboration ADFS service because we were having our on-premise. Then we moved totally to the cloud. So I generally got a good experience on Office 365, and I have a real life example as well on that. Apart from that, right now I'm doing associate instructor for Windows, but I'm mostly on the NetApp side, and I've been doing this for for like 9 to 10 months. My expertise previously was in the network. I was a network guy, and I doing system administration as well. Well, without any further delay, let's move on. Okay, so by end of this course, we should able to get how to implement and design Microsoft 365 services. uh, I'll describe about the enterprise level mostly, not about the business level. There are some offerings from Microsoft uh, about the level of expertise, and about the level of your company. So it could be a mid-size, could be a generally enterprise company. They have a complete solution for you. Well, this would not be a sales call, but I would be definitely praising Microsoft services, and about the solution that they are providing to the customer, because I've been using this for so long, and we are quite happy on that. Um, we're gonna describe about Office 365 offerings, the products, and the application that Office 365 has for their customers. And finally, we're gonna walk through with design and deployment process. So yeah, that is our course objective. Let's move to the next slide. All right, so the we have 3 lessons. Firstly, I'm going to tell you about the MS 100 exam. Um, this exam, this exam has we are going to cover few or maybe more than few topics for MS 100 in this hour-long session. And in lesson 1, we're gonna see Microsoft 365 scope, and then we see designing and implementation, and then we're gonna see how Office 365 looks like. I'm gonna walk you through with the each of the how to add the user, how to see the exchange, how to see the dynamic CRM, and and so on and so forth. So Microsoft 365 Identity Services, you know, it has 4 main areas. If you see this exam, the number one exam is design and implementing Microsoft 365 service, which covers 25 to 30%. The second one has 35 to 40 major part, I would say a launch share in this exam. That is manage user identity and roles. The third one is manage access and authentication. That will cover 20 to 25%. And number four is plan Office 365 workloads and application. That is the fourth part is quite a minor one. This is quite easy to understand, the fourth one, because it's only the application, how to how to install the application, and how 365 Microsoft 365 offers the process of application installation. So the main areas in which the number one point covered, that is manage domains and plan a Microsoft implementation, set up Microsoft 365 tenancy and subscription. That is the main that are the main topic. In manage user identity role, that covers almost 40, 25 30 sorry 35 to 40%, which covers design identity strategy, plan identity synchronization, and manage identity sync using by AD Connect, Active Directory Connect, which can be installed in your Active Directory environment, and then you can sync the information to on-premise to the cloud. And number third has authentication, multi-factor authentication. You would have to learn about, and how to give external access how to give external access, yeah. And the last one is the app deployments, I would say. So these four has the main key points for the MS100 exam, and the exam named as Microsoft 365 Identity and Services. All right, let's move on. Okay, so what is Microsoft 365? Previously, we just know about Office 365. Now they change this change this entire thing to Microsoft 365, because they are offering operating system, they are offering Office applications, and they are offering security and enterprise mobility. So these three things comes together and become Microsoft 365. So basically it is a combination of operating system, I would that is Windows 10, and Office 365 services such as your most lovable favorite, the Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint. Not only that, we have OneNote as well. I mean, Microsoft offering OneNote, and definitely the other services. Yeah, I would. Yeah, none other than SkyDrive and OneDrive. Sorry, previously it was named as a SkyDrive. Now it is OneDrive. So they're offering those services in Office 365 products. Last but not least, that is security, which is these two things are compliant by the security, and which you can control those security through your Active Directory environment. Yeah, the other thing which I need to tell you, I mean, from the last couple of years, Microsoft have evolved in many areas, such as to cooperate those things in a single nutshell. So I would say Microsoft 365 business is typically a combined solution for your enterprise organization or for your organization, whatever size it is. If you're interested to go to the cloud, and if your business does not compromise by going to the cloud, such as the military thing. So yeah, these are the key points. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so before going to the designing, to the implementation, let's discuss about the products that Microsoft is offering, the application that the the on-premise application that we were using, that we were used to of. Now they are offering everything based on the cloud. So yeah, these are the main application that they are offering. You can see this Exchange, OneDrive, Skype for Business, SharePoint online, not SharePoint on-premise, Yammer. Yammer is a good thing. Microsoft Teams, I love this software. I mean, previously they were focusing on Skype for Business, but now Microsoft Team has evolved so much, and it becomes if you are an organization and there are many teams working in your organization, that would be a best tool to accompany with. Let's take a look on the Exchange. What does Exchange do in your environment? Typically we were having a big data storage and big razor blade servers in your data centers, just for using the Exchange email services. Not only that, you must have Exchange administrator, you must have Exchange up to date, like anytime, and you have to have a hierarchy on the Exchange server, that this person belongs to Exchange supervisor, and this becomes administrator. So Microsoft Office 365 seriously cut down these overheads for you guys, and they offering Exchange online with Office 365 services. So these are hosted in the Microsoft Cloud, which means you don't need to have dedicated servers, right? And you don't need to maintain this, and it can be done all through a single page. You just need to go to the website, and you manage your Exchange. So it's really easy to understand. It's really easy to, even I would say even a non-technical guy would easily understand in a month how Exchange is working. So that's really an easy thing. And before Exchange, I would say I would definitely discuss about the I would have definitely discuss about the Office application that you were installing, the 2010, and then 2013, then 2016, then it comes Office 365. It becomes Office 365. So Office 365 has its own web app application. You can open up in the browser. You can use it in any browser, HTML browser that you want. So Office 365 enclosed all those features which you were before using on your desktops. So you can easily use in by using Office 365. You can easily use on your web browser. Not only your web browser, they are offering those lovely application, this most admired application by anyone. Yeah, for they are offering on the mobile as well. So whether you have iOS, whether you have Android, they are giving application to those devices. So it's on the move now. You can use it on the go. You can use it while on relaxing somewhere on using your mobile. So it's very easy to access Office 365 products because they are offering to you to iOS and Android as well. um, let's look on the OneDrive thing. in the recent past, we have seen many drives coming along with let's with the packages. Like if you're using Google, they have a Google Drive, and we have Dropbox as well in the market. But what different OneDrive is from others? So let's suppose I'm giving an example. Let's suppose if you have an Office 365 subscription and you have that application installed in your computer. So it also offers to install the application in your computer. When you open this application, you can connect your application to the OneDrive. The OneDrive could be your personal. The OneDrive could be your official. The OneDrive could be from the SharePoint. So the SharePoint services are also attached with this, so you can easily access those files which are in OneDrive. You can easily access those files which are on the SharePoint, and you can work simultaneously. I mean, another person, or your team, your whole team can work on a single sheet with help of the SharePoint services. So these are the enticing thing which Microsoft are giving. So you are connected everywhere. You can easily open your application whenever you are on the move, or whenever you are in some other PCs as well. Link and Skype for Business, what were Skype we've been using personally as well, but Skype for Business has some other features, like you can integrate the phone services into the Skype for Business, and you can use it as your um, as your DID. I mean, direct dialing number, and you can meet your teammates. You can have a meeting on that. Skype for Business is purely for the communication. SharePoint Online, it brings, I'm loving this SharePoint thing, especially online, because it has a world class, I would say, a world class collaboration and information sharing platform in the cloud. So we as an organization were using a previous SharePoint, on-premise SharePoint, but this thing would become very easy to handle. Even when I configured my SharePoint, I was not even trained on this SharePoint, but it's very easy. You can have guides on the internet. You can have anything on the internet regarding how to create a SharePoint site, how to how to create a SharePoint site, and how to distribute among the department. And you can make a department under one site, and you can share the documents under it. So it's very easy to understand, it's very easy to manage. I was loving these applications when I was administrating those things. Let's talk about Yammer. Yammer is, I'd say, a kind of Facebook, or it's a social network for enterprise level, and it aims to help employees connect and communicate, and it is providing a space for the cross departmental messaging and information sharing. Um, you can it's a platform where you can delivering your news, your announcement. You can do your announcement on that, and other engagement activity that you can you can have it in the company. It's kind of a let's say it's a digital message board for your company. You can announce anything, and anyone can discuss on it. So that's how Yammer works. Microsoft Teams has its own features. Microsoft Teams, previously we were using Skype for Business, but when Microsoft Team comes, it's look like a primarily chat-based collaboration product. Uh, you know, its main function to facilitate teamwork, right, and promote the productivity. You can integrate many artificial intelligence thing in the Microsoft Teams. Microsoft also offers the project Microsoft project integration into this Microsoft Teams, so you can easily see how the Microsoft project work, how the stakeholder in the project assigns, and they can easily communicate under this Microsoft Team umbrella. So this is really a good, and I prefer Microsoft Team over Skype for Business if you're using this in your company. Dynamic CRM is a customer relation management thing, and it's basically a complete solution for your lead gen and complete solution for your customer management, basically. So we were also using this dynamic CRM on premise. That was not Dynamics, basically that's the CRM 2010, I believe. Yeah, we were using that in our company. Then we moved to Dynamics CRM, that is called Dynamics CRM 365, and it really cut down the overhead for a company. Although I'm assuming it's a bit expensive at the time, at the moment, but it really a worthy thing if you are using a CRM solution. It's just a matter of the movement of the data from the on-premise to the um, uh, to the cloud CRM. That is, you need to modify your data first, then you need to upload, then you need to it's a whole process. Many team these I would say it's a different project if you're moving from on-premise to the Dynamics 365 CRM. It's ongoing, it's a separate project. So we have done that as well. I was only the administrating part of this project, so I don't know how to modify the data of SQL, and we were using MySQL thing. So I don't know how to do that, but you know, as far as administrating side concerns, I know how the things are working. The Dynamics CRM. I'm going to show you the the admin portal of CRM as well. All right, guys. So designing and implementation. Um, before you get started, you'll want to create a high level plan and get the necessary sponsor on board, which it's kind of a think tank, which outlines the critical steps to help you identify the resources and the deployment area where you need to focus on. Having said, Windows 10 plus Office 365 Pro Plus managed by a Microsoft EMS provider, and always up-to-date environment with insights and security powered by the cloud. Getting there, modernizing your systems and software, and take some planning from identifying the tools that work best for your specific environment to understanding how your business app will work in a modern environment, to sharing your migration plan with your employee. There are a lot of moving parts. So this is basically for how to kick off the project if you want to go to the cloud, to the Microsoft 365 environment. So this is called a desktop deployment wheel, which is proposed by Microsoft 365 team. We need to follow those 8 steps uh, you know before doing anything. It has all complete package. If we are discussing those 8, it has all the package how to design and implement your of a Microsoft 365 environment. So this wheel guides you through the recommended steps, right? With 8 step, which I told you, um, which will tell you how to leverage your existing tools which you're using, and the processes while adopting modern management technology and approach along the way. So if you haven't shifted your desktop environment in a while, you may still be using Windows 7, right? And Office 2010 or maybe 2013. In the first getting started module, where you'll look the key steps to plan your update deployment to the Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus. So yeah, let's go to the first step, that is device and app readiness. And before going to that step, I would definitely tell you about these steps are really enhanced if you see the previous proposed by anything by from the Microsoft. So these still are valid, and these are really improve, I would say. It's the all the tools that they are offering, all the upgrades that they are doing. Previously they were challenged, but now they're quite stable. So number one step is analyze your device and app readiness. So for a successful deployment, you must first take an inventory of your devices, right? You know what is running in your environment, what are running in your environment, um, how many desktop and how many programs, applicant. I'm sorry, excuse me. So yeah, how many programs that are running in your environment, and it has all the step one. You need to analyze all the in information. You need to get all the information what is running in your environment. So the number one key tool is Windows Analytics Upgrade Readiness. And it actually is a powerful inventory tool that uses an agentless process. um, it will get you the computer's application add-ins, office add-ins, to all the desktop state that are running in your environment. It is recommended by the Microsoft, and it can assist the readiness for the deployment. Um, Once the upgrade readiness is running, you can then enroll any internet connected Windows 7 SP1 or newer device via group policy setting, and start collecting the diagnostic data. The second tool is the readiness toolkit that can help you identify compatibility issues with your VBA macros and add-ins that you're using within the office. So macros are, it's a normal terms for, if you're using Excel and Microsoft add-in, normally used in the office environment, that is Office Outlook, sorry. Yeah, we heavily use add-ins to the Outlook. Um, so that's how it rolls. So we have two key tools. The number one is Windows Analytics Upgrade Readiness, and the second is Readiness Toolkit. There are the four key steps for analyzing. The number one is taking an inventory. Right, the number one step should be you are taking the inventory list. Through the necessary preparation task, make use of application and driver compatibility information gathered through the upgrade of hundreds of or millions of consumer PCs. So all the PCs that running in your environment, they are giving uh, information through the to the Windows Analytics Upgrade and Readiness tool, and this information gives you detailed assessment and identifies compatibility issues. The second thing is prioritize apps and hardware. With the inventory, you can with the inventory taken from this tool, you can use upgrade readiness to prioritize the most common and common application and the common hardware used in your organization. It also focus on unblock many PCs. Like it can give you the whole chart for which computer which computer is ready to deploy in a deployment stage. The number third is test updates for compatibility. And in this step, in this key step, you'll find that most of the application drivers and add-ins um, getting into the list of inventory. And it as Microsoft said, that 99 or maybe 99 something percentage, all the programs, all the things that are running in the last 10 years can easily be run in the Windows 10 environment as well. So both the upgrade readiness and these two, I'm talking about these two toolkit, can identify the issues, can tell you about uh, the report for the readiness of the computer. And after testing this, if there's something pops up or something comes on, remediate issues is the final step. This is the final phase of the device and app readiness to remediate. Here you want to collect required software or driver packages, right? uh, you can supersede or update older version as part of the deployment process. So um, before going to the upgrade step, you have the list, you have the report. You can uh, pre uh, rectify the issue. You can change your current scenario. You can upgrade it before the deployment process as well, so that it can be easily migrate. So this is the first step. The second step would be directory and network readiness. I would say it's a fundamental step in your OS and desktop deployment, because your network needs to support transferring large file to hundreds or maybe thousand of PCs at a time, and ensure that the files and settings are available and that your network is not overloaded. That's a key thing. I mean, if you are planning for upgrade for this migration, you need to know your network compatibility. you know yeah, it includes PC imaging, it includes users personalization, uh, it includes software updates. So these are the key thing which takes a lot of network resource from your current environment. And I think the PC imaging and PC installation, well, it's definitely around 6 GB if it's a custom thing. And if users personalization is basically a planned network bandwidth. So you need to plan the bandwidth, right, to accommodate the user's file. And the last but not least is you know it 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 can go up to 20 GB per PC, right? And for some cases it goes up to 100 GB. It depends upon the user's files and everything. So you need to concentrate how the network readiness work. There are some tools available. If you get on with the network readiness, there are some tools available in the Microsoft platform where you can identify your I would say a bottleneck points for this migration. Let's go to the third step here. Third step is Office and Business App Delivery. Windows 10 includes range of application, as I told you before. You know, And there are many more applications which I showed you in the scope. There are many more applications you can download and you can use it. So Windows 10 includes a range of applications from the system apps that support the operating system to provision the apps that are installed the first time your user runs the Windows. So what happened when you are running the first time, when you configure, I'm talking about the newcomer to your organization. So everything is doing by the Office, automatic process, right? And the application is preparing when you are preparing the computer. So that's how it goes. um, there are three types of application: Windows apps, UWP, and Win32. So Windows app are comes along the Windows, and Windows 32 Windows 32, sorry, Win32 files are traditional Windows files which were which are having System 32 configuration and all those applications. Uh, and the UWP call Universal Windows Platform apps, right? These application designed to work and to be installed on the multiple platform, including Windows client, Windows phone, maybe if you're using an Xbox. So these are the universal application that can run multiple, just like a game box thing. There is called a game box, or game mania. That application can be installed in your computer, in your mobile, and and on the other platform as well, in the Xbox. Um, there are four methods of Office application deployment. The first one is click to run. Click to run is very famous. You can go to your platform, you can go to your install application, then you can download that and download this tool, click to run thing. And by running this, it will automatically um, s- uh, give you the best application that Microsoft have, whether you choose 32, whether you choose 64. You can install it by click to run setup. ODT is Office Deployment Toolkit. There's another way to deploy the Office applications. SCCM, System Center. You can have the System Center Configuration Manager in your environment, and you can customize the thing from the SCCM and install it in which computer do you want to install. The last one is MS Intune. It's the enhanced feature which is given by the Microsoft. You can deploy Office from the MS Tune as well. It's a cloud-based application, I would say. By this, you can remotely control your computer. You can install applications. So MS Intune work like this. Having said, there are three types of application: deliver business app, MSI based, and PC imaging. So you can, when you are trying to install application, there are three types of application which can be done through PC imaging. While you're imaging your PC, you can um, you know prioritize the application which one needs to be installed first, and then the second one. And the MSI based applications are the MSI platform. There are some exe file, there are some MSI package installer as well. So MSI based applications are available for Microsoft, and deliver business app as well. Let's move to the third step. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the fourth step is migrate user files and settings. Ensuring users file data settings move successfully and are preserved over the migration is critical in any PC replacement or fresh project. Um, you have the option of using traditional method like user state migration USMT, the MDT, the Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, or the modern option like OneDrive, uh, like the folder move thing. So uh, migrate user data with the user state migration tool, this tool. It can use in a large scale deployments. You can automate much of the process using task sequence based automation, by using system center configuration. You can install this USMT in the SCCM, and you can automate the things as much as you can. Um, both these solution, this MDT and USMT, is a part of end-to-end deployment process. So USMT is a part of the Windows assessment and deployment kit. It captures user account, it captures a user account, it captures users file, captures the system operating system settings, and the application settings, and then migrate all of them to the newer platform, newer Windows installation. It also gives you control of exactly what gets migrated. You can exclude unwanted file types like audio, video, or executable file. During the migration process, you need to have sufficient server storage capacity available to do this thing. You can play those USMT features on your server. USMT can estimate per PC the amount of storage you will need. USMT lets you encrypt the migration because you know migration can be compromised while data is transferring. So USMT also encrypt this data. So let's move to the fifth step. Fifth step is update your security and compliance configuration. Moving to Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus allows organization to take advantage of security features not available in the earlier Windows version. Whether it's using the built-in capabilities of Windows 10 with virtualization-based security or cloud services like ATP, Advanced Threat Protection, securing and protecting endpoints, identity, and data is critical. So this on in the step 5, there are three thing which needs to be considered. That is data disk encryption. This is one of the initial challenge during the desktop deployment, is a hard disk description, because many hard disk encryption solution cannot easily be upgraded from the previous version to a newest version. So you need to see the disk encryption as well. You need to decrypt it before migrating to the newer platform. Antivirus and anti-malware application compatibility needs to be considered, because more than 99% of Windows application are compatible between, as I told you, it's compatible between Windows 7, Windows 8.1, Windows 10. The exceptions can be, you can say, antivirus application, or the VPN network clients. So these application often use non-standards development practices and APIs. So that could be a reason these application cannot be um, easily migrated to the newer platform. The security policies, it's a good idea to use Microsoft Security Compliance Toolkit to get a baseline of security policies for current version of Windows and Office. So there's a cookbook available in the security policies. You can have Microsoft Security Compliance Toolkit. You can run this and see what security measures can be taken before migrating to the new environment. So the sixth step would be deploy upgrade and migrate your operating systems. So tools like System Center Configuration Manager, if you are Windows guy, if you are playing with the Windows the last couple of years, you must know about the System Center Configuration Manager. It really helps in automate the OS deployment, whether it's Windows 7, whether it's Windows 8. So it really becomes a handy tool for automation. So Microsoft also recommends this System Center Configuration Manager. Um, by deploying upgrade and migrate, you need to first focus on focus on the particular department which needs to be go first, or you may um, brainstorm with your IT team that which are the less critical thing which can transfer to the newer environment. So that could be your expertise, that could be the boss's involvement, which needs to be go first. um, and the you can then use the data from those devices and users target more PC to scale your deployment. So that's how you design your thing. That's how you plan your migration. You target the target the audience which needs to which are the less critical, and you can easily then move forward by testing the first audience. um, this is the step number 6. Now we are moving to step number 7. Learning about the services model. With the move to Windows 10 and Office 365 Pro Plus, you can move to the managing Windows and Office as a service, bringing new capabilities, experience, and protection to your end user. Semi-annual features update deliver new capabilities. Yeah, the semi-annual thing is a good uh, I would say a good approach by Microsoft, because it has been pain to us, because Microsoft keep updating things, and there are no time frame for those updates. So these this is the good step that now this is a semi-annual feature updates. There were new capabilities in all fall and spring for the each year. So while monthly cumulative quality updates contain security, reliability, and bug fixes, so they have still these updates, but it's for security and only the bug fixes. The most crying thing and the most painful for the IT help desk people is to train user on the new feature. With the old school thing, it's really hard. It's really hard to um, no to make a user happy for to use the new environment. I remember when Windows 7 comes, then Windows XP user always praise the XP, and after Windows 10, users praise for 7, because they don't want to accept the change. The people don't want to accept the change easily. You need to educate them by giving the demonstration, uh, the the elaboration of the platform, the security features that they are offering, and the other um, monthly you can do monthly education session for those changes. And even Microsoft has tons of videos for each of the platform, for each of the services that they're offering. So you can make a document for that, and you can refer to the document to a user if someone is facing a problem. So this is I would say a big hiccup or a big tiebreaker thing, um, for IT help desk administrators and IT help desk gurus. So these are the 8 step. I sum up with, like, we have started with the app readiness tool till 8. This train user on the new feature. You can find out these are um, just the basics on that. We have Microsoft has a lot of uh, details for each step, especially that readiness tool, that Microsoft Intune, and Microsoft Intune, and this network, the network step. So if you are going to um, deploy a new you can deploy a new, or migrate to the Windows 10 environment, Microsoft 365 environment. So you must have gone through all the steps critically. You need to see, you need to learn about things. I would say, if you do this examination, MS 100, that would give you a better understanding of how the things working in Microsoft 365. Let me show you quickly. We have 10 minutes here. uh, Let me show you the Microsoft platform very quickly. Adisham, are you there with me?
Yep. Yep.
Can you see my screen, the admin portal?
Uh, I don't know exactly what I'm looking at here. So it shows Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
All right. So this is how Microsoft 365 Admin Center looks like. You have left pane in which you have users, group, resources, billing, support, setting. Support is really fast for the Office 365 thing. Sometime it's not. You're not getting. Like, it would take 1 hour or 2 hour, but in my case, that's like 30 minutes, and they reply you back. From the settings, setup, reports, help, and we have admin center as well. So in the users, you can add active users, contacts, whatever you are adding to the active users, right? Um, it is basically adding um, to the Microsoft Azure AD. Whatever you are doing here is happening behind the Microsoft Azure AD. So something is um, you know on the back end. It's not like you know uh, the the base line of this Microsoft 365 is still there. There is an AD. You can fetch the users from there, and you can have your exchange, and you can create email address. So it's all happening uh, same as the on-premise thing, but this is a cloud environment. So I'll show you how it works. Um, let me go through the Exchange Center first. So this is the Exchange Center. As I told you, it's very easy to understand. You can create your mailboxes from here as well, but um, you can have you can create from the active user. It will also create the mailbox for it. You can create groups. You can create resources. Resources means here, like rooms. If you have some rooms, uh, you can create the rooms under the resources. You can create shared mailboxes. That is another feature of Exchange. You can create a rule for the mail flow. You can protection is quite a key thing in the Exchange Center. You can have the spam filter. And recently, the most good thing I like about they're enhancing day by day. So now I'm getting a full report on the spam emails which I received in a day. So I don't need to go to the spam every day. They send me an email, send me a report. for the whole day. You get 12 spam emails. Just look at it. You can release directly um, clear by one click. So that's a new feature of this exchange, which I asked them to apply it. um, how to um, Previously, let's take a scenario. We had ADFS, we had on-premise thing, we had Office 365, right? So we connected through this with Windows Azure AD, sorry, Azure AD Connect. Azure AD Connect can connect your on-premise thing to Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So what it does, it will transfer all your information for the users, for the groups, to this Microsoft Office 365 environment. And from there, you can select ADFS. From there, you can select other, hash algorithms for the security preventions. So what we were doing, we were managing firstly we were managing only on premise. Whatever we do changes on premise, it will reflect over there as well. Before that, you need to go to the setting, sorry, not settings, where's that, setup, sorry, yeah. And set up your domains. So you need to set up your domains. Let's talk about this. So this is our old domain, Office 365. It will provide us, it provides us all the records uh, to apply those records to our host provider. Most of the cases it's GoDaddy, but it depends case by case. um, Data migration, you can upload your PST file, Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail, Yahoo. you know Onboarding and migration guidance, you can see the videos on that. You see the Yammer Microsoft team that I was talking about. You can have your report of usage. You can have your security compliance report. These you know the depiction nowadays is quite beautiful. They give you the graph viewing thing, even in the billing as well. I cannot show you the billing thing, but it gives you a whole idea in a beautiful way. um, Security and compliance. It's taking time. Anyways, the next step would be I would share you with the show you Microsoft Admin Center. I show you the Exchange Admin Center, um, Azure Active Directory. That's the base. That's the core thing behind what's working in Office 365. This is how Azure Active Directory looks like. Whatever you whatever you do, if you create a user, uh, it will basically it's doing in the Azure directory, then it reflects in the Office 365. So these are the all users, these are the deleted users you have. And not even if you are if you are IT nerd, I mean, if you don't like this GUI thing, you can control it through the PowerShell as well. So Microsoft has I would say a king tool named as a PowerShell. You can use it. You can download the library for Microsoft Office 365 and Azure AD, and then you can connect through PowerShell, and you can create user. You can change the policies. You can have basic mailbox creation, and whatever you're doing Exchange, or whatever you're doing in your GUI, you can do it through PowerShell as well. let's go to the all services. We were using Azure AD, which is not using anymore. You can give conditional accesses, as I told you about, multi-factor authentication and, giving the access to external users. You can use create groups, identity governance, and all that. So this is the dashboard for our Azure Active Directory. You can sync with your AD server by using Windows, Azure AD Connect. You can brand your company, just like I did here. Oh, it's not there now. So yeah, you can change the brand by putting your logo like this, QuickStart Technology. So that's how when Office 365 works. Any questions?
All right. So if you guys have any questions later on, you can go to expertconnect.quickstart.com and ask questions over there. Thank you, Anas, for the session.
Thank you,
And
guys. Thank you,
another
bear with
time.
me.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
Thank you, Adisham.
Thank you for
Thanks for
joining.
your.
Thank you for attending, guys.
Bye.
Bye.